Welcome to Innovation in Education. I'm Dr. Tony Rayo Sutherland. Now, we have been looking into the many ways higher education can embrace innovation in the teaching and learning process. We touched on what HCC calls the Reality Collab at Central College in our last show. But today, we want to delve further into the many aspects of this new way of sparking new ideas for faculty and students to prepare for our ever-changing workforce and professions. To do this, we will be talking with Dr. Mudassir Siddiqui, the new HCC Vice Chancellor of Instructional Innovation and Digital Strategies, and the Director of the Reality Collab for Innovation and Digital Strategies, Ruben Duran. Then we will check up with our students' views of our instructional innovation and digital strategies and see how industry is partnering with HCC in this unique endeavor. But before we bring on our guests, let's take a sneak peek into what the HCC Vast Academy did during the summer at the Reality Collab.
The main goal is for them to create their own space. It's a collaborative space of 4 different groups. It's basically teaching them about metaverse technologies, AI, 3D models, how to create your own 3D hub, and how to apply your creativity towards these technologies. And we show them all these apps. There's like Midjourney, Blockade Labs, there's like AI images, AI skyboxes. We have VR headsets over here. We have the MetaQuest 3s, MetaQuest 2s, and the MetaQuest Pros. And we use those to kind of help them immerse them into that world, into the metaverse.
How exciting. I want to be a part of that. But first, I want to introduce you to the new HCC Vice Chancellor of Instructional Innovation and Digital Strategies, and that is Dr. Mudassir Siddiqui. Hello,
Hey.
welcome to the show, Dr. Siddiqui.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
And then I also want to introduce you to Mr. Ruben Duran. He is the director of the Reality Collab for Innovation and Digital Strategies at HCC. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, and great to be here, Tony.
Great. Well, now, the Instructional Innovation and Digital Strategies, that's kind of a new division, it seems, to HCC. How did it come about? And I have a feeling that, Dr. Siddiqui, you're a big part of that, right?
Yes. So, structured innovation is, let me explain in a simple language. Structured innovation means finding ways and means to provide best-in-class learning experience to students, and adding some digital technologies like metaverse, 3D views, AI, artificial intelligence to ensure personalized learning. So the entire objective is to continue to explore ways and means to enrich student experience in a class, whether online class or face-to-face class, with the great use of the technology. And actually, the mission is to achieve excellence in teaching and learning, which is our core objective.
Excellent. Now, how does, and I guess I can direct this to you, Ruben, how does the Reality Collab play a part in this division?
Well, if you think of our area where you have a car that is being driven by Dr. Siddiqui, which is Innovation and Digital Strategies car, we are perhaps a tire of that car. And there are many other components. You have AI and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And many other areas in which student services, digital strategies will improve areas in student services and the workflows. So in our own area, as the small tire that we are, we also think that we are big because of the way that the Reality Collab intertwines and everything at HCC in our community at large. And so we work with the students, we work with faculty, we work with departments, we work with colleges, such as HCC Online and other colleges, and also events in which we reach out to the community. We work and collaborate also with the community industry, where we are providing meaningful job opportunities and learning opportunities for our students in those different areas out in the community.
Well, I understand that there's a lot of collaboration between many of the departments, if you want to call it, many of the different areas of HCC with the Collab, and then, as you just said, with the community. What are some examples of this collaboration, and why is it so important, do you think?
Well, the word collab is actually short for collaboration. And when people think of virtual reality, they think of a headset that seems to be very individualistic. But that is not the case. You could be inside a headset in where designers at Ford Motor Company in Detroit are actually collaborating in prototyping car designs with designers in Germany and designers in Korea, all at the same time in these spaces. When you see the person wearing the headset, it might look like it's very individualistic, but the collaboration that is happening there is actually transcending space and time, because the time in Korea is different than in Germany, and so on and so forth. And so this is what we have experienced with this technology, how powerful it is for collaboration.
Well, and Dr. Siddiqui, you work with the community a lot. How is it that, what are some ways, some examples of how HEC has worked with the community with the Reality Collab?
So, as you know that over the period of last few years, we opened the door for the community at Central College, at Southeast College, wherever we have presence and lab for Metaverse. Is open to high school students, elementary school students, companies, and also community in general. And we offered, I cannot tell you how many tours in 1 year of high school students and 4-year partners and others. So, this is this technology is for all, because here's our reason. Our reason is not only we increase the potential of our offering in metaverse and other innovative technologies, but also we want to make sure we empower our students and our community members by handing them technology in their hands, right? So it's more, they feel empowered in terms of doing their work and jobs and learning and stuff like that. So yeah, our doors are open. Recently, we are in conversation with several companies, including Meta, to build partnership. Meta is a former Facebook. Mm-hmm. And this whole notion of metaverse received a lot of spark in the market when Facebook changed its name to Meta. So we are actually working with the founding company in this industry. We're also working with Mexican consulate in Houston, offering their constituents different kind of exposure. We're already working with high schools. We have summer camps. So it's a huge.
Wonderful. I mean, there's so much to think, and just think about the future and how many more things we can do. Thank you so much. But you're going to be back. Both of you are going to be back in the next couple of segments. But we will, when we do come back in the next segment, we'll also talk with Patrick Obumselo. Now, I'm probably saying that wrong, but he'll get me straight when we come back. He's a student in this special lab, our Reality Collab, who works with Ruben. So stay with us.
When the alarm goes off, don't stress about what comes next. At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Do you love helping others? Turn caring into a career. Interested in tech? Code your way to a career. Want to make your voice heard? Build a business. Hands-on enthusiast? Construct a career. Open the door to HCC's real-world education, where passions become careers.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
Welcome back to Innovation in Education. I'm Dr. Tony Rayo Sutherland. Well, today we have with us Patrick Ubumselu, and he's going to tell me if I pronounced it right or not, who is an HCC student and a part-time Reality Collab instructional support specialist, who of course works with Ruben, who is also with us in the segment, Ruben Duran. Welcome, both of you, to the show. Welcome you again, but welcome.
Welcome.
Now, how do you pronounce your last name?
Obumselu.
Okay.
You got it right.
That was
You were
close.
close. Very close.
Okay. Well, Patrick, which I'm better with that name. Why do you think it's crucial for HCC students to engage in the Reality Collab at HCC?
Okay, thank you for that question. It's very important for HCC students to engage with Reality Collab because one thing, we work with the metaverse, and the metaverse, as we know, is a virtual world that allows people to interact with other people and other objects in a virtual space. And the interesting thing is that it takes away the four walls of the classroom, and people can interact with other people in different parts of the world. So it gives the students an opportunity to collaborate with other people and also remove the boundary of technology that they can access in one place at one time. Yeah.
Well, I understand that a lot of students, and this is great, can use some of the things they've been doing as part of their portfolios. How does that help students? Either one of you.
Well, I feel like if you think about, again, going back to collaboration, the students are able to produce this amazing projects and outcomes from these projects, collaborating themselves into different areas. And then this becomes part of a portfolio piece that can eventually they take with them when they continue on into the industry or continue to be entrepreneurs. And I can tell you an example of a project that was a big collaboration between Patrick and Harris, students in the Collab and staff members in the Collab, with a work study student over at the West User Institute and professors and others. There was like many of us involved in a project that became the digital twin for the interior design department or program. And in that twin, you have avatars that are actually representing each one of the professors in that space. And the students in high schools are able to know all of the great things that are actually happening in that particular department. Well, this twin is a copy of the third floor of the FAC. And in that project, this collaboration between all of these people in all of these different areas, we think is something that the students will also feel pride into using as a portfolio part. And this is besides the way that even interior designers and architects and drafters are actually using this 3D technology that is a metaverse to create their own immersive portfolios.
Real world experience.
Indeed.
Wonderful. Well, now, Patrick, I want to come back to you. You worked on a project, it's called Enchant Tech Project, I think, Now,
Correct.
tell me a little bit about that. I understand that you managed to build an experience that not only engaged four area universities, but also extended its reach to a university as far as Brazil at our last Halloween. So tell me a little bit about that project.
Okay, so the Enchantec project was the Halloween event we had last fall. The digital space was a castle that was enchanted by the effects of climate change. So the students had to go into the castle to learn about climate change and how their day-to-day life activities affect that. So they have to solve quests and puzzles in order to understand that. And the goal of Enchantec was to teach students innovation, problem solving, and also empathy. And like we know, it was in the metaverse, and we hosted Enchantec on a platform called Spatial that allows people to go into the space simultaneously and interact. It was amazing to see the students interact in Enchantec, and they were asking, am I talking with the same person in the same room? But we had to tell them no, that not everyone was in Houston, but some people were in Brazil. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, that was pretty exciting. I saw some of that. We're gonna show you guys a little bit about what they did on that. But just before we go to that, I just want to say one more thing. What did you personally, what have you gotten out of this reality lab?
Yeah, so I would say I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to study in Houston Community College and also work in Reality Collab, because I'm very passionate about digital technology and also how it affects education. And being in that lab has given me the opportunity not just to wait after studying, but to apply what I'm studying even while I'm studying. So it's given me the opportunity to see how digital technology can affect education and also bring students like me into a place where I can see what I can also see in the job market. So right now I'm experiencing like what I thought was going to be the future after I studied.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, listen, thank you so much for being on the show. We're getting close to the end of the segment, but before we move on to the next segment, we want to show you, as I said before, some of the work our students did for the Halloween season last year, what he is just talking about. And so let's check it out. Take a look.
This Halloween, I found myself in a realm like no other at HCC Central Reality Collab. Over 100 participants gathered in our metaverse space, right here at Central, but that was just the beginning. We joined forces with universities far and wide, including one all the way in Brazil, uniting over the boundaries of distance to create an unforgettable experience. As the event unfolded, we looked around, and there they were, over 500 online participants, adding their own magic to this enchanting night. But the surprises didn't end there. Our esteemed HCC Chancellor, Dr. Margaret Ford Fisher, graced us with her presence, making the night even more extraordinary. And a warm welcome by Dr. Mudassir Siddiqui set the perfect tone for the eerie festivities that lay ahead. The magic didn't stop at academia. Our industry partner, HP, took the stage and enlightened us with their sustainable practices in recycling plastic materials. It was a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there's room for light and sustainability. In this metaverse, where dreams and reality collide, this Halloween was an unforgettable experience, one where boundaries faded and connections were forged. Together, we proved that distance is but a mere illusion, and the metaverse has the power to unite, even across continents. This Halloween, we didn't just celebrate a holiday, we celebrated the endless possibilities of the metaverse. And it was spooktacular in every way.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to Innovation in Education. I'm Dr. Tony Rail Sutherland. In this last segment of the show, we are bringing back Dr. Mudasir Siddiqui, of course, Vice Chancellor of Instructional Innovation and Digital Strategies, along with, of course, Mr. Ruben Duran, who, of course, is the Director of the Reality Collab. Now, we're going to talk about several industry partners who work with HCC to help build the Reality Collab. Again, we are so happy to have you both with us. And now I'd say that is it true to say that we wouldn't be able to do as much of these exciting things with the Reality Collab without the help of our partners? Is that true, Dr. Siddiqui?
There are different kind of programs we are offering right now under the XR Lab. So you mean like, would you repeat for your question for me, please?
Well, I'm just saying, I think that it's real important that we have partners working with it, because then, as you were saying before, it's real world experience. It's not just an exercise. It's really working with the industries out there.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we are working with several partners. The Meta is on the top. Then we working with Victory XR. We are working with UniPath and other software companies involved in animation and 3D dimension and virtual reality, augmented reality. The purpose is, these companies have resources. They have technical resources. They have financial resources to help achieving our mission at Houston Community College. So we believe that if we work together, the companies and Houston Community College, we can create more value for the society based on the knowledge base they have and our commitment and our mission. When we blend together, it will create a lot of value for our society, for our students, for our community. Yes, so we rely on these companies to serve on our advisory board, to give us some donation, provide us some professional development opportunities and others.
Well, there's several projects. I mean, there's a whole lot of them. We couldn't go over all of them, but one of them I understand is called the Digital Twin Project, and it's involved with Skanska. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So Skanska is one of the largest construction company. I think it's a global company. And digital twin, for us, it exists for some time, but for us, it was relatively a new concept for us, for our team. And we learned from Skanska engineers how to create a dual, like the replica of the physical object, right? So instead of experimenting on actual product, you can create a digital twin of that product, and you can test, you can experiment with that. It will help you increasing the efficiency of your work, and also less cost because you're not working on actual object. So, for example, in partnership with Skanska, we map our new workforce building at Sunnyside, at South Campus. So if you see, it's very interesting. It's on our website. I believe it's on the website. You can get into the digital twin. It gives you a tour of the entire building without getting physically into the building. So that is actually a digital twin. And I express my thanks and gratitude to Skanska for providing us such kind of technology and training and exposure that would really help our students, because digital twin is widely used in engineering, in customer service, and in other areas. So it will help prepare students for job market.
Well, and we only got a few more minutes left, so I want to cover two more. How about HP?
We have a partnership with HP, and in collaboration we hosted summer camp, and and I can tell you, those summer camps attracted a lot of students from a school system, right? And I've never experienced in my 20 years when the parents start calling for a summer program and asking for, when you're going to offer next time, right?
Wonderful.
This is what happened at Central College when we hosted a summer program, and students were so engaged in hands-on experience that surprised their parents, right? So
Well,
this is HP.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And now you guys mentioned Meta, and it used to be called Facebook, or started out as Facebook. So
Facebook.
real quick, tell us a little bit about. They're supposed to be the biggest extended reality company in the world, right?
Mhm. Yeah, they are indeed the drivers of where that technology is going. And for us, what I think is very meaningful is that not only they are building the hardware, but they're also building the software that is going to be what you might think of the LMS of immersive learning. So just like at HCC, we have Canvas for delivering instruction and teaching and learning. Meta is in the process of also delivering the LMS of immersive learning. And all of those different parts of the puzzles coming together are very important to us.
Thank you. I wish we had more time. We need more time. We ought to make this an hour show, I think. But anyways, thank you both so very much for being with us. We really appreciate it. But we are running out of time. So, but we have more for you in our next show. We're going to take a look at what's in store for us, some of the ongoing projects that help our students prepare for the future. So until then, keep looking forward and press on in whatever you're doing, and make it a priority to help make this world a better place for all. That's what innovation in education is all about, isn't it? See you next time.